crews raced to the scene of a fire Friday morning at the new Brooklyn Park headquarters of Second Harvest Heartland. Thick black smoke billowed from the building in the 7100 block of Winnetka Avenue North. Construction projects are still ongoing on the renovated building, and officials tell us this was a construction fire and the damage could have been much worse.
No damage to the roof, no damage to the structure at all. All it's got is a bunch of tar that bubbled over when we put the fire out. The tar heated up too hot, and then with the wind blowing, it just ignited it.
West Metro responded and Maple Grove responded with their ladder truck. Fire crews used foam to put out the tar fire. There weren't any injuries and crews were out of the area in just about an hour. Second Harvest Heartland has been renovating the building on Winnetka Avenue for some time. Even though they are operating some services out of the warehouse, they aren't expected to be finished with construction until the springtime. Eventually, the nonprofit hopes to serve more than 100 million meals a year out of their new location. Meanwhile, in Maple Grove, another fire badly damaged a family's home. Maple Grove fire crews were called shortly after 8 p.m. Thursday to the fire at a home in the 9300 block of Tewsbury Gate North. Fire officials say a car caught on fire in the garage and then the flames spread into the house. People were inside the home at the time, but fortunately everyone made it out safely. Veterans Day is around the corner, and to honor those who served, the city of Plymouth treated more than 90 veterans to a free breakfast at the Plymouth Creek Center.
But it's a simple thank you, and again, whether it's a cup of coffee or a handshake or just looking someone in the eye and say thank you for your service, it's who's around us in our community that we don't even know, and again, a little thanks that goes a long way.
Veterans also heard about the chance to go to Washington, D.C. free of charge to see some of the monuments. That service is provided through the nonprofit organization Honor Flights Twin Cities. Meanwhile, in Brooklyn Park, a local hospice center has a new honor for veterans. God bless America. J.A. Weedham Residential Hospice dedicated its new flagpole on Friday. The Minnesota National Guard's Funeral Honors team was on hand to raise the flag for the first time. Staff at the hospice center say veterans are among their clients and honoring their service is important.
Towards the end, we tend to reminisce about our lives and look at our legacy, and being in the service is an important part of that legacy, and we really truly want to thank our veterans.
After the ceremony, attendees went inside to take a look at the hospice's Valor quilts. Those quilts are made by volunteers, and they drape the bodies of veterans who pass in the center as a final honor. The cold weather is having a chilling effect on pet adoptions at the Animal Humane Society. The organization typically sees a downturn in adoptions this time of year because people are busy with the holidays and last-minute weekend adventures before it gets too cold. Currently, they have a large population of puppies and dogs that are up for adoption.
We do serve about 140 to 170 canines a week from other shelters that wouldn't have access to the great outcomes where they come from that they do here at Animal Humane Society.
The Animal Humane Society is hosting an adult dog adoption open house Saturday from 10 until 6. And if you want to make a forever home for one of those little cuties, it can cost you anywhere from $200 to $600 depending on the breed. The new school year began about 2 months ago, which is just enough time to put together a fall musical. Neil Persley takes a look at one of the first to kick off the season in today's Weekend Showcase.
Osseo High School might normally be the home of the orange and black, but this weekend it's all green as Shrek the musical hits the stage for its opening weekend. Senior Curtis Banks has figured out how to bring the ogre to life.
I kind of channel my inner, grumpiness because Shrek, he's a pretty grumpy guy. He just wants to live alone in his swamp. He's fine where he is for the most part.
It's a big cast and a big production. If you're willing to work, there's a place for everyone. This is senior April Halverson's first production, and she likes the process and the people.
Getting ready to play your character and doing improv and being around all these amazing people, having an amazing director.
That blur of energy and enthusiasm is amazing director Megan McDonough. It takes a small army of student staff and parents to make all of this work, but for her effort and dedication, Mick D, as she is known, is loved and admired by her students.
I've known her since freshman year, and every production I've been in with her, she's always there for whoever. Whoever needs help with something, you always can go to her. You never feel like you can't ask her anything. She's always there. She's so funny, she's so nice and caring and giving. I couldn't ask for a better director.
All the storybook characters are ready for you.
The cast, the crew, and the orchestra have spent a lot of time to put this show together, and we want to share it with as many people as possible.
We're Osseo Senior High, and we know how to put on musicals.
For Weekend Showcase from Osseo, Neil Persley, CCX News.
Shrek the Musical is on stage at Osseo Senior High through November the 16th. It's never too early to start thinking about Christmas, or at least that's what I think. And some volunteers at Brooklyn Center Church definitely want you to be thinking festive too.
One thing that's wonderful about this project is it's brought the whole community together. We have many people that are helping us.
Volunteers at St. Alphonsus Catholic Church are preparing for their annual Christmas Bazaar that begins Saturday morning at 8:30 and it continues on Sunday. The sale will have used books, crafts, and baked goods, and money raised will go right back into the parish and the school. We've got more information on the Christmas Bazaar posted online, ccxmedia.org.
The state football playoffs move indoors next week. Teams in the quarterfinal round of the Class 6A playoffs face some frigid conditions Thursday night. That included Champlin Park as the Rebels faced Rosemount on a cold night at Park Center High School. First quarter, Rebels quarterback Jace Miller keeps the ball himself and runs it in 12 yards for a touchdown. The point after fails, it's 6-0 Rebels. Second quarter, a 4th and 1 for Rosemount at the Rebels' 24-yard line, and Christian Grasky finds an open lane down the sideline. He's gone for a touchdown, and following the point after, it's 7-6 Irish. Champlin Park comes back on its next drive. Miller takes it again. He gets stopped short of the goal line, but reaches the ball over for a TD. Rebels take the lead 13-7 into the locker room. And they dominate play in the second half. On a 4th and 6 from the Rosemount 18-yard line, the screen pass from Miller to Darius Gibbons, and he maneuvers his way into the end zone. This touchdown puts Champlin Park ahead 20-7. The defense limits the Irish to just that one first-half touchdown. Rebels defensive back Cam Hammonds comes up with an interception and returns it deep into Rosemount territory. That sets up another Miller touchdown run. The senior runs for 3 touchdowns, passes for 2 more. Champlin Park wins big 34-7. They'll play Lakeville North in the state Class 6A semifinals next Thursday at 7 p.m. at U.S. Bank Stadium. The Wayzata volleyball team's only losses this season have been in regular season best 2 out of 3 set matches. The Trojans looked for their 30th win of the season when they met North St. Paul in the Class 3A state semifinals Friday morning. Bowlers Lauren Stenman had a great match Thursday in the win over Lakeville North, and she came up big against Wayzata too. A kill there put the Polars up 10-9 in the first set. But then the Trojans go on a scoring run. Kate Long delivers one of her 8 kills in the day, and Wayzata leads 22-15. Caitlin Emke tips it off the hitter's hands and down for set point. Wayzata wins the first one 25-16. Sophie Jesuits records one of her 9 kills in the match here in the second set. Trojans win a close one, 25-22 to go up 2-0. But North doesn't go down without a fight. Stenman with a number of her team-high 15 kills here. Polars lead most of the third set. Wayzata, though, gets the final rally. Elizabeth Helmick on match point with one of her 16 kills. The Trojans win the third set 27-25, and they complete the sweep of North St. Paul. Wayzata plays top-seeded Egan in the Class 3A final now Saturday afternoon at 5 o'clock at the XL Energy Center. The MIAC Conference Volleyball Tournament wraps up Saturday night with a matchup of 2 ranked teams in Division III women's volleyball. St. Olaf and the University of St. Thomas. The 15th ranked Tommies met Augsburg Thursday night in one of the tourney semifinals. Two local players, number 24, Maddie Kroller, Brooklyn Park, who played at Tutino Grace, and number 10, Kate Achenbach of Maple Grove, who played at Osseo, are among the team's top players this season. St. Thomas is now 28-4 following their come-from-behind 5-set win over Augsburg. We talked to the Tommies earlier this week about the MIAC tournament and the good competition the team would face.
The MIAC is such an unreal volleyball conference. It's so competitive all the time, and then of course playoff volleyball becomes even more so. So anyone can win at any point, and I think that's what makes it so exciting. So we're really excited to get another shot.
I think consistency is a big thing for our whole team, and I think as long as we're consistent and stay calm through it all, I think we'll be able to do it.
It's going to be tough, but we look forward to the challenge. We've gone through the regular season unblemished. It's going to be hard for us to go through the conference tournament unblemished, but we're up for it.
The Tommies, who are the number 1 seed in the tournament, host second-seeded Plymouth in the MIAC Conference Championship Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Conference champion earns an automatic bid into the NCAA Division III National Tournament. That's all for sports. More news after this.